Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're going to finish Claw the Giant Monkey. I believe we're almost on the halfway point with Sultra the Stone Charmer. This is the last chapter of Claw the Giant Monkey, so... How you guys doing today? Let me bring this closer. There we go. A little farther back. There we go. I was touching the tarp, which wasn't good. How y'all doing today? Hopefully I don't read this in my head. And let's get to it. Chapter 9. Victory. Claw screeched, lurching away from the flames. There was nowhere left for him to go. The trees all around were burning, opening great charred gaps to the sky. The beast fell to his knees. Tom threw himself at Claw's exposed neck and tore open the loosened clasp. At last, the golden chainmail slithered to the ground. Furnace's roar shook the jungle. One last column of fire, as wide as a tree trunk, blasted into the ground. Hiding Claw behind a thick black cloud of smoke. Stifling, Tom reached for his sword again, ready to protect everything that he held dear. The smoke began to clear, but where the great shaggy body of Claw should have been, nothing extraordinary met Tom's eyes. A group of small, excitable monkeys were clustered together on the ground. They chattered, jumped into the lower branches of the unburned trees, and happily groomed each other. Where had the beast gone? Elena looked as puzzled as Tom felt. He gazed again at the canopy, space where Claw had covered just a few seconds earlier. Then he stared back at the trees where the monkeys were sitting. He'd never seen anything quite like it before. Then he realized it was all over. He collapsed to his knees, his lungs suddenly raw. Dimly, he heard Elena's voice. "Tom," she called. "Tom, we've done it." Furno gave a piercing cry. Tom looked up. Above the burned wreckage of the dark jungle, the vast wings of the dragon were beating. "Thank you, Furno," he whispered. The dragon cried again. I felt like I needed to burp there. A sweet but fierce sound that Tom knew he would never forget. As Tom watched, he swooped away. Soon Furno was no more than a black speck in the distance. The next thing he saw was Elena's face, grimly and bright with triumph. The chainmail, Tom," she said. "It's yours." Climbing slowly to his feet, Tom stumbled over to the golden chainmail. The second piece of the precious armor. It was warm to the touch. He lifted it up, almost staggering at its weight. For a moment, he panicked. It was too heavy. He would never be able to lift it over his shoulders. But as he did, the links slithered into place. Immediately, Tom became aware of the magic pulse in his chest, and the chainmail became as light as a feather. Energy surged into his tired muscles. He felt as brave as a lion. He looked at Elena, who was standing in the clearing with Storm and Silver at her side. Extra strength of heart, he murmured. Stroking the chainmail, the helmet gives me sharper sight, and the chainmail makes me feel as if I could face any battle. I could fight 10 new beasts right now, Elena. 20. Elena grinned. Well done, Tom. I would never have called Inferno if you hadn't suggested that we had to fight Claw on the ground, Tom admitted. Hey, said Elena, looking pleased. I always knew I was the brains in this team. Storm whined softly and pushed at Tom's hand. Tom stroked the stallion's dusty black coat as Silver lay panting at Elena's feet. Then he took off the chainmail and laid it gently across Storm's back. Tiredness seeped back into his muscles. Now I could sleep for a week, he said, but we still have 4 more pieces of armor to go, and 4 more monsters to defeat. And Eldru. His voice trailed away. Soberly, Elena met his gaze. Was King Hugo's wizard still alive? Was he holding out against Melville's evil magic? You must leave this place, Tom said. We have to finish the quest as quickly as we can so that we can rescue Eldru. They began walking back the way they had come. Everything looked different, blackened and twisted by the force of Furno's fire. Soon they reached the thick green trees in the heart of the dark jungle. Furnace's flames had not touched this place. They moved slowly through the maze of plants and vines. Monkeys small and unthreatening, chattered and swung through the branches above them. Watch out for snakes, Tom warned Elena, remembering the snake he had killed. They are everywhere. Suddenly there was a strange thickening in the air. You'll have to watch out for more than that, came a mocking voice. Tom gasped. He reached for his sword as a shimmering image of Melville appeared against the canopy of leaves above them. We have 2 pieces of the golden armor, Melville, Tom shouted defiantly. We defeated Claw. It won't be long before we find you and rescue Eldru, and then there will be nothing you can do. You will not be sure of yourself when you meet the next evil beast, Sultra. Where is Eldru? Tom challenged. Melville laughed, a shearing, a sneering sound that echoed around the jungle. His image faded. In its place, Tom saw the great jungle crater they had left behind. Lying among the white animal bones was a scrap of red cloth. Elder's cloak is red, Helena said, her voice filled with anger. What have you done with him, Melville? If you have harmed him. The sound of Melville's laughter filled the air once more as the image of the crater receded, and Tom felt something brush past him. He whirled around but could see nothing. Good luck, the voice of Melville whispered in his ear. It felt like cold touch. It felt like the cold touch of a bat's wing. You and your team of nobodies. When you see what still lies in store on this quest, you'll need it. Tom gripped his sword, feeling the comforting weight of his shield on his back. On his back. He remembered the golden helmet in the Storm's saddlebag and glanced at the golden chainmail that lay across the stallion's broad back. They were not alone. The beasts of Viventia were on their side, and with every evil beast he defeated, he gained one more piece of the precious armor. His powers were growing. We'll be ready, he vowed, thrusting his sword into the air. Whatever it takes, Melville, while there's blood in my veins, we will defeat you. And that was the last chapter of this book. Victory. Chapter 9. Whew. That was kind of exhilarating, wasn't it? I was kind of in a zone there. Didn't really look at the camera that much. But yeah. Next up, we'll be reading Sultra, the Stone Charmer. I got the book already. This cover looks pretty cool. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this read through Beast Quest, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Hope you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Sorry that my double chin is a little noticeable every video. I am not skinny. But yeah. I will see you on Thursday with Sultra, the Stone Charmer. Starting that book on Thursday. And I hope I will see you there. I will do the Great Dragon book today as well, so don't you worry about that one. Alright. Bye-bye. I'll see you guys in the next chapter of Beast Quest. The next prologue of Beast Quest, I guess. Alright. Bye-bye.